That's dope. That's dope.
That's dope. What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of Wall Street. It's 2 p.m. March 19th. It's a Friday, so for a lot of you, it is already Friday night. You're at the club, getting your party on. But what I'm doing here is actually out of the corner of my eye watching the Florida Gators lose presently to Virginia Tech in the first round of the NCAA tournament. You guys might not know this, but the Florida Gators best player, Keontae Johnson, almost died on the court a couple months ago. He passed out kind of like Hank Gathers. I think it was myocarditis related to COVID. They haven't announced that officially, but my whole family is doctors at the University of Florida, and all my neighbors are the coaches. And yeah, COVID, it almost got him. So they're playing without their best player. But so, got to have heart, but not very high expectations for them in the tournament. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's been a crazy week in the markets, crypto space, but largely, in my opinion, Bitcoin is just chopping sideways. But weekends have seemed to be pretty fun for Bitcoin and alts of late. So I'm hoping that that will be the case this weekend as well. So I just want to dig into a few charts. Don't have a grand plan here today for what I want to look at. And also just some news that I pulled up. I've had a good time kind of reading through stories and commenting on them. I did a video yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it, where I talked about the Bank of America's scathing report on Bitcoin, which was complete and utter dog shit. We don't need them. We don't need them. It's great to talk about institutional adoption and banks, and they're all here, and it's amazing. It's terrific, but it's only good because it helps the number go up and gets bigger money here to pump our bags. It's the first time in history of markets, certainly that I can recall, that we can literally front run the big money. And some people are still trying to short Bitcoin. It's absolutely absurd. I don't get it. But like a few weeks ago, Michael Saylor said, I'm raising $1 billion to buy Bitcoin. And all you literally had to do was buy Bitcoin within like the 4 days before MicroStrategy bought their Bitcoin. Guaranteed free money. So we know that institutions are coming. We know that big money is coming. That means the number has to go up. They're literally removing supply from the market. So let's talk about that a little more. Okay. So what people don't seem to understand. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go through the news here, and we can talk about it as the news comes on. Okay, well, this one is whatever. Elon Musk owns $5 billion in Bitcoin collectively, claims Anthony Scaramucci, the mooch, the dude who lasted one whole week or so in the Trump administration. But he is a big Bitcoiner, so we'll go ahead and listen to him. But yeah, no surprises here, right? We all know that Elon Musk owns a lot more than the $1.5 billion he put in Tesla, and that he owns it himself, like probably SpaceX. And we will see those announcements. I can tell you that every single time now I do a podcast conversation with anyone who runs a platform or has any intimate knowledge, every single time one of them goes, oh man, I can't tell you, but there's some huge people coming in. We're about to see some big news next week or next month. At every single person comments on that. It's absolutely unbelievable. Deutsche Bank report, Bitcoin's too big to ignore. We're too big to fail now, guys. Hooray. We're seeing ETFs, the first one in Latin America, 3 in Canada. VanEck has been pushed to the front wheel here in 45 days, whether that's approved in the United States. This shit is happening, right? And what does an ETF mean? Well, a lot of big money cannot invest in Bitcoin. They need to do it in a regulatory manner. An ETF gives them the ability to do that. It's absolutely huge. If we get an ETF, that's when the floodgates open. The big money in the United States is not the Teslas and the MicroStrategies of the world. It's endowments, it's pension funds, it's those things. And those take 3 to 4 years to do diligence on an asset, and they've been doing it. So when their due diligence is done and they have a way to enter, they enter, and then they literally are not legally allowed to sell for years. They can't flip shit coins. They'll buy Bitcoin and put it aside for years in huge amounts. And it's absolutely inevitable that it's going to happen. It is going to happen. Next, Ethereum reserves on crypto exchanges hit a 2-year low. Same conversation. The money is moving off of exchanges. For Ethereum, it happens to be going into staking. It goes to Grayscale. It goes into other institutional investments. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're all being removed from exchanges. Supply is being diminished while demand is increasing. That means the number has to go up. So stop being a dickhead and trying to short. Morgan Stanley, rumored BitHum play, shows institutional interest in Korea's digital asset infrastructure. Morgan Stanley is trying to buy BitHum, right? And this is after we just saw the news that Morgan Stanley is the first bank that's giving access to crypto to its wealthiest of clients. So I was talking to Jason Yanowitz yesterday, who's the co-founder of Blockworks. And we were talking about Morgan Stanley, and we both sort of had the same idea, and he confirmed it. So I don't know if you saw this, but as big of the news as it is that Morgan Stanley is going to allow their clients to buy Bitcoin, you have to, as an individual, you have to have $2 million invested with Morgan Stanley to be able to do it. Not just you have to have $2 million, you have to have $2 million with Morgan Stanley, $5 million if you're a company or a fund. So I said to Jason, we were talking about it, I said, yeah, I guarantee that these dudes have like thousands of customers that want Bitcoin that have like $1.5 million with Morgan Stanley. And he absolutely confirmed it. He said from an insider that that's exactly what's happening. They have tons of people with $100 million. Those guys don't care. But what you're really seeing from a bank like this is them saying, okay, give us $500,000 more dollars. They want to increase their assets under management. So when the bulk of their clientele is between $1 million and $1.5 million, well, pretty obvious. They'll bump them up to get yourself bumped up to 2 million so that you have access to Bitcoin services. But at the very end of the day, you realize all this institutional shit that we're seeing, all of this is about rich people. It's not about the use case for Bitcoin, right? This is not about opting out of the global financial system, which is fixed against the little guy and central banks and blah, blah. Yeah, MicroStrategy, Tesla, they're buying it as a hedge against inflation. These banks are doing it to make money. They're not our friends. It's great that they're going to pump our bags, but to me, that's the extent of it. Robinhood expanding crypto services, slams Coinbase. Oh, fuck Robinhood. They suck. Oh, and by the way, fuck Coinbase. Except for Coinbase will probably be like one of the 5 biggest companies in the whole world. Let's be real. Whether you like them or not, they're very good for all of us, even though they can't seem to keep their exchange online for 24 straight hours. But Robinhood, we know, is a piece of crap platform and is just shooting, taking shots here for the purpose of good press. But it is interesting to see that they're focusing more on crypto. They obviously understand the storm that is coming, the flood that is coming. Finally, this is the big one. Crypto infrastructure provider Fireblocks raises $133 million. These guys are already, their biggest business is custody. They're already custodying $400 billion in cryptocurrency, and they're still raising $133 more to improve their infrastructure. This is the difference. If you want to talk about how it's different, this time is different than 2017. The difference this time is that all of the infrastructure in 2017 was crappy, right? We talked about institutional money. An institution wasn't going to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and put it on their ledger and throw it in a safe, right? And there were no custodians. There were no insured custodians. Now they can buy comfortably, know that their coins will be secured, and if they're hacked, that they'll be insured because those custodies have insurance. But this is the difference, is that we now have the infrastructure and people are putting incredible amounts of money into infrastructure to build more tools to allow the big money to be here. Big money couldn't come in back then if it wanted to. And that's still the case. Like I said, until we have an ETF, you're not going to see pension funds and endowments coming, but that is the final boss. And people have said 3 years. I think we see that shit this year. I think we see it this year. So that's all the stories that I had just kind of quickly pulled up. Coming back to the chat real quick, see what's up with you guys. Institutions can already vest their grace shield. Yes, that is true, but not true for a pension fund. And that is not true for an endowment. That's true for a company. And by the way, Grayscale is at a 13% negative and is going to die completely when an ETF arrives. So yeah. And for the years of due diligence, that's the kind of level that due diligence that pensions and endowments do on any new asset. It takes them absolutely forever. 1 inch turning to 6 inches. Yes, it is. I have that pulled up here because that was a trade that after all of my hate on 1 inch, it is finally going up. Here, look at that. This was the trade. I made fun of it this whole way down, but I presented this in the newsletter this week, and now it seems to be flipping this horizontal level to support as well. I guess that 1 inch decided to go erect. Nice big hard candle. Went from here to here. 1 inch. A very impressive 1 inch, I hear. Yeah, I'm just banks investing bittersweet, but it was inevitable. I think it was Hal Finney, rest in peace, from the early Bitcoin days, who said that the inevitability of Bitcoin was that it would be mostly owned by banks. That doesn't change the importance of it or the use case, but like it's the greatest reserve asset of all time. Eventually, they're going to utilize that reserve asset, right? Grayscale again. Who's going to invest in a trust that has a premium and a lockup if they can invest in an ETF? It's the end. It's the end. Absolute end. Guys, hit that like button. I forgot to tell you because I'm not YouTubing very well. And the Gators are winning. They're up by 1. Woo, boy, I'm literally watching the game right here out of the corner of my eye wall, talking all this shit with you guys. So anyways, I want to look at Bitcoin and talk about how utterly boring it probably is, which is good, man. Nothing wrong. First of all, I know I keep showing the same chart every video, but it's so important when in doubt, zoom out to look at this monthly chart right now. This is the monthly candle. It has a wick that would make 1 inch look like 7 inches. Look at that. Look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sixth potential green candle in a row on the monthly and has flipped this channel EQ to support. If it went straight up from here this month and hit the channel top, which is what it should technically be targeting, doesn't matter what the number is. Technically, you should go to the top of the channel when you touch the bottom and flip the EQ. It's just the way it is. Don't shoot the messenger. 131,503. If it takes a few months, 148. As I've talked about before, if you take an average, parable of the ox, I've talked about a million times, take an average of all of the estimates, high, low, otherwise ridiculous and silly, we get about $235,000 as the top for this cycle. Would anybody here be upset if we only got to 235,000? No. So guys, it's just really important that you zoom out and not get caught up in all the little chop, because this is an absurd chart. I mean, look at that. The difference when you visualize it this way from where are we? 58,600 to the top highs at 61 something. It's this tiny. That's it. This is how far we are from the all-time high on this correction. More like an erection if you look at the candle. Oh, Gators are making it rain. 56, 52. Nice shot. Hey, all right. So let's go. What do we got here? What's this? Oh, the daily. Yeah, I posted this earlier in the newsletter. It's very clear when you pull a daily chart and just draw this line that our key resistance is like 58,972. Right? I mean, one candle, that's where this candle started. Both of these have topped directly at that line. And this one's only gone slightly above. So right now, like either one, longs, like if it drops or something and you're a knife catcher, which I caught a knife, I don't know, yesterday, was it? But wow, my internet's tripping a little bit. So that's why but you want to close a candle up here and then start thinking about this as support. I can't draw a straight line. It literally won't let me do it. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's the daily view, and that's really all there is to see. You just got to get above that, But, if we keep seeing pressure, we're seeing higher lows against that and all these down wicks. There's tons of demand here. Demand hammer, demand bigger hammer. This is sort of a neutral candle. And then this is a potentially bullish candle again with a down wick. So we'll see. See a reason to be panicked, though. In the newsletter yesterday, I said, I thought maybe we would retest the top of this range or this line here. And yeah, I mean, it went way below. It went $900 below. Not so far in this market. Bounced. So for now, that's fine. And look at that. Nice long wick, close above and movement up. This isn't great, but I'm assuming, I haven't even looked, assuming the stock market's continuing to kind of drop here and everybody wants to talk about that. But at the end of a Friday, I'm not surprised that we'd see profit taking across all of them. But we've seen that the weekends have been kind of fun, for altcoins and stuff, when everybody can stop talking about the correlation that doesn't exist, by the way, between the stock market and Bitcoin, and shuts up and just lets Bitcoin free. So I only opened a couple charts here, and they're all basically ones that I wanted to review because I had looked at them in the newsletter this week or something. But we definitely need to look at Ethereum. Really flirting with it, man. This thing is a pretty wild disappointment, but fine. Still, at the end of the day, I want to see this line broken. You can see I've got an alarm on it. Just waiting. It's pushed all the way to the bottom of supply, but demand, but it's still holding that support here, 307.6864. So it's fine. I was more encouraged by that, not that thrilled, but what I'm going to be watching for now, as of like this moment, because I just saw it. Oh God, take the magnet off. This, right? This is not anything yet. Nothing. But if we see a break of this line right here, we'll have a double bottom. So you're looking for a test of this area and then head up. And that would be a break of both these lines. That would be huge. So we got a lot of resistance here right now. It's fine. Hopefully we break through it. I'm going to mute you guys for a second so I can drink. GBTC will be fine, but the only reason that institutions have been using GBTC is because they don't have a better option. An ETF is a better option. And because there's been an arbitrage opportunity with a premium, and they're not going to have that premium. People have been trading it just because it's basically free money if you're an institution. It's already ceased to be free money. Grayscale's had to add like $1.8 billion or something in Bitcoin to their fund to cover for the negative trading. And who's going to want to buy an inefficient trust when you can buy an ETF with a low fee? It's going to go away. GBTC people will still hold it. It will still, but it's not going to be a preferred thing at all, right? So yeah, it's over. I'm just looking at whatever you guys are saying. Yeah, I think that there's, a friend of mine works at a hedge fund on Wall Street, said he heard that Grayscale was staffing up with ETF experts. So I think that this is what we'll see. I don't know that they'll convert. I don't know how legally possible that is, because people who invested in the trust had a certain structure and whatever. But I think that they will develop a product. I told you guys, I invested in a competitor. It's called Valkyrie. And we're developing trusts and ETFs, both. Just if the ETF gets approved, great, we have an ETF. If it doesn't, we have a trust that trades closer to NAV, isn't a better product than GBTC. But we're going to see a lot of companies doing those kind of things, right? Are there people really like trying to scam shit inside here? I don't know. If you can convert it right, then sure. I don't know if it will convert. If you say so, then I believe you. I believe you. I believe you guys. Bitcoin dump or pump? I don't know. Wait, I forgot. I have it. My trusty Dodger ball, crystal ball. It says Bitcoin is sideways. And it says nobody can tell you if Bitcoin is going to pump or dump, and you shouldn't ask because nobody can tell the future. Ask yourself. Vigio, pump or dump? What's the price of the all-time high? You think there's anyone on this planet who can accurately tell you what the all-time high is going to be? And the funny thing is, there's people who like make 50 predictions, and then they're going to go back to their Twitter like 3 years later and be like, I once said the number 237,000 and it hit 239. I'm a fucking trade genius. Join my paid group. Right. Anyways. So yeah, that's a thing. Let's look at Ethereum USD. Still looks great. I mean, it doesn't look great when you look at a Bitcoin chart and see that Bitcoin's gone up and this has done jack shit. But I told you, anything above 1419 looks bullish. It flipped that previous all-time high to support. This is what I was looking for. That is like, you don't get a better like statistical entry than a retest of an all-time high before price discovery. I'm not saying you should buy it right here. You should have bought it at 1419, which I was screaming at the time. But now you kind of want to buy it above 2041 with a candle close above for some confirmation. Should close some of these tabbies. Tabulas. All right. I haven't even looked at most of these guys. I'm just going to open them and see what's up. Adam. Okay. I posted this last week. bull div into support, oversold. This is my setup. And this is like, you want to know what gets me moist? Besides, of course, the obvious things. Oversold, bullish divergence with RSI into a key support. And look what Adam did. Smashed, flipped this, went up. So now we have this, right? These are quick lines. So wait till it breaks that. That's it. Want to know if we're going back up? Wait till it breaks that. That's it. 1 inch we already took a quick look at. 1 inch looks fine. It's great. Close these. Oh, stop. Save it. Someone asked me to look at DOT. Already had it open. Looks good, but it's coming into resistance here. Don't you hate when you're coming into resistance? That's what he said. That's what she said. I don't know. So yeah, DOT, I would say the key level still, I don't know if that's, I would say maybe here. Yeah, this looked like it was the key level because of this, but let's be honest, that was the high. And now look at that retest. Anything above 59700 against Bitcoin is good, but now you want to not trade it until it's above this line, I think, because this is the local resistance. Perfect. Support, 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 break, retest. Right. But let's look at it on the USD pair. Kind of the same vibe, right into resistance. This line doesn't matter anymore. This line doesn't matter anymore. This range, this line doesn't, I mean, this line does matter. That line matters. That's a good line because there. Anywhere from there to here, I would say, is this resistance. But this was ranging and it caught the mid-range. We should be heading here to the top. Right? But at the end of the day, like this is ranging here and it's also ranging from here to here. We can pull a range like this. Gators are only up 3 with a minute 49.2. Son, you guys know I really love you if I'm missing a Gator March Madness game. I went to the Final Four. I was trying to figure out what year it was. My Facebook told me it was like 12 years ago today. It was 12 years ago. No, it had to be more. I don't know. Maybe it was 12 years ago. It said, I think it was longer, but I played at the Final Four in Atlanta. I did 4 concerts in 4 nights, and I opened for T.I. one night, Neo one night, Daughtry one night, and that band Jet. Talk about a diverse gigs. And yeah, this famous producer named Jazzy Faye, like while T.I. was on stage with like 70 people and backstage, put a drink on my turntable, like a vodka tonic, and stopped all the music, and everybody booed me. I recovered, but that was kind of fucked up. It's a bad moment. But yeah, a video came up on my Facebook feed of me playing with T.I., like a BlackBerry video that was like janky and disgusting. It's hilarious. So DOT, I would say you want to, you have this local range, and they both kind of line up to that same spot, really. But yeah, you can see it, that this EQ also had a lot of action. Both of those are valid. So DOT, it doesn't look bad. I just think it just had its move into resistance. Now you got to kind of wait. My opinion. It's my opinion. Looks good there. Nice Chad today, though. E-Gold been sideways. I mean, we had this breakout, so that was a trade. It's still up. It's kind of going sideways, though, on the breakout. I would have expected more after this, so I'm not in love with that at the moment. On the Bitcoin pair, it's still sort of doing this, but it's got to get above this blue line. So that's what I'd be looking for on that, personally. Not that exciting. Uni. Put this in the newsletter. Look at that. This was a newsletter setup. Catch the newsletter in the description, by the way. But up, right? All these exchange coins like Uni, Sushi, 1 inch, blah, blah. This is where it's at, man. It's where it's at. So this pumped right into resistance. The setup here it's about over 10% today. Can't be mad at that. Ooh, Gators. What a block. Holy shnikes. Sorry. Now you want to be above this. There was the entry here that I talked about. It's up 10%, but now you got to get through this resistance and pop up. Maybe we could even put it like that. Say try resistance. But this looks good. Man, these coins look good. These coins look good. Wish I could have showed you guys. Dude just went up for a dunk and got absolutely rejected. I'm not even sure he's going to be able to go back to school after that. You're so embarrassing. Yeah, posterized. Ooh, that is brutal. Do you share your charts? Yeah, I share every chart, and you can. This guy asked, "Do you share your charts in the newsletter?" Yeah, I share all my charts and trades, and you can make all of the charts your own. You can make any chart your own in TradingView. Someone shares. Cheers. 1 second. Just kidding. I know I'm muted. Just kidding. You guys are talking about a lot of stuff over here. Can you take a look at JUP? I don't know what that is. I looked at Altcoin. I looked at one I looked at one on my stream Wednesday, said it was strong. It's gone up. Altcoin I looked at, that also pumped. What's up with all the sexual crap? Thought this channel was for all audiences. Everybody has sex. Vet is pumping. Sweet. All right, now I'm going to go look. I saw Polk was the only other setup that I shared today, and it was here. Flipping, it was right here. This was the candle pump, and then absolute. I mean, this is the problem with Uniswap stuff. People see something go up and takes like one big order and it drops it down, but it dropped it right down to support. This is still up from the thing, but kind of disappointing to see this. Nothing. I don't even know what that candle is, and then this drop, completely ridiculous. But I still like this. Right, this is the KuCoin listing. You always see a drop after a KuCoin listing. It's a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation. Oh, they're going to get listed. Then it gets listed, and KuCoin themselves probably dump. Then you see the break. So it seems like it's going to head up. Now it's a huge move. It was a 25% move since the newsletter, but then almost all the way retraced. Kind of lame. I say you, sir, are kind of lame. I want to show you guys this. I posted this. So this is Public Mint. This is another one. I like to scan through all these new coins that have launched in the last couple of weeks because they all kind of do the same thing. You have this first candle or whatever, which is like when the bots, I guess, pump it and it comes down. So, but we've seen this it was either last weekend or the weekend before I was posting these, and we had Eternity and Kylan, which were two that I posted that both pumped like crazy, and they kind of had this, right? So you have this rounding bottom after it hits. And then what you're looking for is that rounds out enough that you we could call it this line, doesn't matter. I'll call it that line, that they finally break out of that rounding bottom. I mean, that's what we saw. Let me pull it back up. I'll show you. As if you were here with me on eGold, you remember this, but it was way down here. That we've been trading eGold since $10 here on this rounding bottom, but that's the same kind of thing, you see? So yeah, it pumped right through. I posted it, but now this isn't great. Maybe it comes down and retests. I don't even account for this wick. That's probably one fat finger order on Uniswap. Gators are up by 3 with 49.3 seconds left. To retest here, head back up. I don't know, but this is what you're looking for. And then they usually just continue up because there's no cup and handle at the bottom. It's just a rounding bottom and goes up. I don't know why I opened this one, but maybe it had a similar vibe. Similar. See the huge pump, whatever, rounding out. And what I like here, this is APY swap. Just literally pulling up random things on text tools at the moment. But what I like about this one is it kind of did it, and now it's flipping this and doing it again. So I would be looking for that. You never know, might not. But I think that that's very possible. But these are like on these new coins. That's what I'm trying to get to, because everyone wants to trade these Uniswap coins. First of all, your stop loss is 0. So don't be a dick and take a huge position and then lose all your money. But they all do this. This is the bots on the entry. And then if they round out and they break out of this consolidation, it's literally sky's the limit, because this effectively becomes, if you don't count this or even this, but this effectively becomes price discovery. Right? So like if you get above like here, 234, this becomes basically price discovery. I don't know why I have this one open. This was just another one that has some potential here, I think. Consolidating. This one actually is one of the few that I've seen that just went up. PKF, Polka Foundry. Yeah, I mean, it's got potential, right? Say it's doing this. Should be heading back up to here if it breaks out. So on something like this, here's your target. Stops here, below this candle. You don't want to drop down here again, right? So something like that. And you put your stops down here just in case a wick goes through that. So those are some that I'm watching through the weekend. I mean, I would expect that if we have good price action, this will bounce. This should continue up. As long as this holds at $1.73, I think this will round out and continue up. I don't know if you can I don't think you can put an alarm on Dex tools, which is what I'm on here to do that. I'm coming back to the chat to see what you guys are yapping about. Just a whole... Hey, it's a 1-point game with 29.7 seconds left. And here I am. Crypto girl who's always very supportive. Says my newsletter always has great content. She's awesome. Eternity chain. Yeah, that's what I was talking about just now. It had a rounding bottom and absolutely pumped. Trying to see what else you guys are talking about here that I might... BTT all-time high. I'm assuming that's against US dollars and not against Bitcoin. Can I take a look at Dusk? Yeah, Dusk was an old setup that I had. So, and I know that it went up and it was just kind of forgotten. This was the setup, right? It was from here and it never happened, but here it happened, right? Yeah, I was early, but the setup's correct. Needed to get above the 38.2 there, which was clearly a key resistance here. Going. So now you're above the, but I will say there's another rounding bottom. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. But now you're coming into the golden pocket. So I would be very, very wary about trading it, right? Between the 61.8 and 65%, this is usually where you have a lot of resistance. But yeah, I posted this in February. Forgot about it, honestly, but it did it. That's exactly what we were looking for. To flip that 38.2. But Dusk looks fine, but this whole area right here is usually very strong resistance. Right? So you are above this 684, which is a key level, this swing. So you can ignore, if you're not a fib guy, you can just pretend these don't exist, right? Oh, look, it looks great. It's terrific. I love it. It's the best. Don't talk about sex. Do you remember that song by Salt and Pepper, though? Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. That was on the radio. Gators are up 3 with 7 seconds left. You guys will be very happy to know. I did like 5 brackets, basically blindly, and I have the Gators, even though their best player is out for the season, I know they'll lose. I have them winning in 2 of them, just on principle. You can't be a homer and bet. It's a thing you can't do. All right, Dusk looks great. I would just expect some resistance coming in. Vet's pumping. Let's look at Vet. Haven't looked at Vet in a while. Still liked it better when it was Ven, honestly. E-chain. Yeah, it did pump. It's up at resistance against Bitcoin, though. You might be looking at the dollar pair. I'd say you don't touch this unless it clear above 145. That's 1, 2, 3 potential bearish SFPs right now. Nothing. I'm not saying it's bad. Just saying be very, very careful. You want to see clean closes against through resistance. You don't want to see multiple wicks getting rejected through it. That means there's just selling. But hey, between 128 and 145, maybe you get scared below 128 if it's closing and you get really happy above 145. I would buy this higher on a close above 145 personally. That'll be my approach to that. Let's see what else we got here. Do you know Swissborg Community Prediction? I love those guys. I had Cyrus on my podcast, CEO. His brother Alex, a friend of mine now. I've become friends with like so many of the people in the space. It's amazing. But what they're doing is really amazing. And I bought Swissborg between 6 and 10 cents, like $1.50 now. They convinced me. I like literally had to do it in the podcast. I talked to them. They were like, buy some, bought some. Investment. It's an investment. XVG rockin'. Did Pornhub make an announcement or something? Is this on the verge for breakout? Wrong chart. That's an old XVG chart. A lot of charts, guys. Yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty good. I don't know if that line is so meaningful anymore, but now you gotta get look here. Oh, Gators, come on. They got score. Oh, the guy just hit a 3. Brutal. Yikes. Did they tie the game up? I can't even see the score. Yeah, you want to be above 62 now, I would say. Holy shit, 64-64 with 1.4 seconds left. It's going to go to overtime. They were up 3, gave up a 3. Fucking chump. Hey, man, they're just a bunch of kids. It's funny. I think sports are so funny. Sorry to go tangential here. It's kind of my thing. Like grown men like myself, I'm 44 years old. My dad's, in his 70s. And you go out there and you have this instinct to like scream at your own team and all the other team about like how terrible they are and how much they suck and how could you do that and you made a mistake and that guy totally blew it. That was wide open. They're literally children. These guys who are playing basketball right now could be my kids. Like if I had a kid when I was 24, when I was 20 years old, I would have a 24-year-old. So like imagine being under that pressure when you were 20. I would have folded in 2 seconds. My God, joke. OT, just more fun. Yeah. Sure. I'll check out hot. This was another one that ages ago broke out. I remember we were looking at the hot weekly chart because it broke this. Wow. Hot really went for it. I mean, nothing not to like on this. Epic. Forget that line doesn't matter now, I would say. If you catch a retest of that, that's super sweet. I can't believe this game is going to overtime. Got to text my wife, tell her she's probably watching. Oh, my dad's watching. My dad's blowing up my phone. It's exactly what we were talking about. Said they're embarrassing. Not embarrassing. It's mean. I think hot looks great. Let me go into the daily. I'm not usually doing other things while I'm doing these guys, but I mean, come on, it's my team, man. Trying. This looks like some kind of bullish consolidation, decreasing volume after a big move up. Price is holding. It's fine. Totally cool and fine. Oh, look, my wife's here. Emmy, the Gators just went into overtime. Virginia Tech hit a 3, like literally at the buzzer. So annoying. What were we? INJ, injective. I love injective. Emmy was on a meeting today. I could hear her with the whole hero team, and they asked her. I was like listening while watching the game, and they said, "What are 2 random facts about you?" And this one's going to shock you guys. Emmy, my wife, who was 80 pounds in high school, was pissed off that people talked about her being small and skinny. So she joined the weightlifting team and became a state champion weightlifter at 80 pounds. That was her random fact. How y'all like that? It's how we do it in the Melker family. You think I know how to deal with trolls? She joined a weightlifting team and became a state champion. That's right. She did that. This is what I was looking at injective actually today, and I drew this line. I was looking at it for the newsletter this morning, thinking, hey, but then it was kind of here and it was going into resistance, so I wasn't quite sure. It's hard to draw a line here because weightlifting champion. Would you look at Emmy and be like, hey, she probably, was an exceptional at the clean and jerk. It's hard to draw a line here. Maybe you would draw it like this, but all those crazy wicks, that's kind of fun if you want to force some bullishness. But I would want to be closing here above 23146. That's it. It looks fine. I really like this move today. We just got to get above that, I would say. I'm just going to leave this one up here. Thanks, Jeff. The check is in the mail. Oh, there's a good one too. Weightlifting. I'm going to just leave this one up here because that is correct. IOTA, someone asked for. This is fun. I've turned into the dude who takes random requests. I hated doing that as a DJ, but hey, for charts, why not? IOTA, this is exactly what I was kind of talking about just now. What were we looking at? Dusk, and I said it's coming into the golden pocket. This is where you're going to find resistance around that 61.8. This looks fine. I don't know. It's hugging the 50%. Let's even just get rid of these. Yeah, this is fine, but it's pushing this support kind of hard. These are always weird because you have this sort of bullhorn, right? There's no discernible pattern on a coin on something like this. You can't like draw a descending pattern. You can't draw an ascending pattern. So that's probably why I pulled that range in the first place. Even a range is a bit hard. Kind of has a diamond vibe, but you would want something here. I mean, this looks fine, but I'd be really cautious if it starts closing candles below like this area. Honestly, you could probably, to be more honest about it, pull something like this, this whole area, as opposed to just that, because of this wick and all this action. See that? So you're kind of in it. Kind of in it. Okay, don't fuck with me. I already looked at Uni. I haven't looked at Link because it's been so boring. I'll look at it. It's been boring. Everyone knows that I only look at Link if you pay me to FUD it. I don't know why it's opening like that. That was a joke, by the way. I did not get paid by Zeus Capital, as many accused, to post a bearish Link chart that was bullish. But hey, it's amazing with Twitter anywhere. It's like, they say you only get one chance to make a first impression. Well, on Twitter, someone can read one tweet from you and hold it against you for the rest of your life, or read one tweet about you and hold it against you for the rest of your life. There's nothing you can do about it. Shit happens. And this is boring. This is just sideways. I don't even know. It got rejected back at this line. I've looked at it. I've opened it. This is good, right? It's holding the support. So now this sort of becomes, meaningless. Like we're back in the range. Like it's just an aberration to drop below. So I would say that Link, if it can hold this, you should be going here. So that's a big move. 514 to 637, something like that. Tie game. God, they were winning right last second. And if it flips that, it comes up here. So you really you don't want to start trading back below this range again, I don't think. But it's a strong range because big wick below support. See how it flipped and found exact resistance at that line. That's how you know this is strong. Strong like bull. Polk bouncing? No, sorry. I mean, it's fine. It's just not much to see on Link. I don't know why. Wow. If you wow. David, stop. You asked 4 times in a row. You know what? I'm going to do it for you just so you'll stop. Stop. STX looks like it's making a head and shoulders. I don't know if it will, but anything above this range is good. But this is hideous. And it only went down. So maybe it's recovering. And I think that if you're looking at it locally, wrong tool, you tool, maybe here. So you're at resistance. STX. I would say replace the T with an E and make a sex joke, but that is not encouraged here. 1 inch broke the cup and handle. I don't know. I was just looking at 5 minutes ago. People keep asking me about coins that I literally already looked at. See, David and I, we resolved our issues. Squashed it. All right, 68-66. 3 minutes left in overtime. Gators are shooting free throws. Sure, I'll look at mana. Why not? Has anybody here actually bought land in Decentraland? I'm curious. They were really ahead of their time with that. They were talking about this NFT sort of oh, wow. It's at resistance and got rejected with almost tweezer tops on the weekly. So I wouldn't buy this right now. I think you had your chance. Look at that flip. You want to be above this. It's never closed the candle above this level. Right? 1894 is the highest weekly close in the history of mana, even with all these mega pumps. So I wouldn't buy this until it closes a candle above there, which it's not an all-time high exploration at all, but you would have like the highest weekly close ever if you can close up there. But for now, if you're really trying to get into this, I would just set bids, stink bids here, right? Like maybe you get one of those boing and it like wicks through it, but I would set them around this area. That's what I would personally do. Not saying you should do it because not financial advice. I don't even know what half this stuff is that you guys are asking for. I love when you read a bullish divergence. Yeah, they're the best. They're the absolute best. I will look at XTZ for you guys because I've seen a bunch of you ask, but like, I don't think you're going to be happy. It's like the most disappointing coin of this cycle has to be Tezos. Come on, little buddy. You can, yeah. I mean, why? Forget that. Do this. Here it is. It's kind of close to breaking. Maybe if it breaks that, you get excited. But this is just sideways price action. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you anymore, Tezos. I wish you guys would talk about other stuff besides just coin tags, so I would have something to talk to you guys about. She cannot lift me with one arm. She cannot lift me with one arm. She might be able to lift me with one arm. So we're going to go back to this comment and leave this one up here. Wow. Mikey would like you to know that EWT looks good. Let me see how many more times we've mentioned EWT. We're up to 4. Mikey. Chill, Mikey. I guys are like my kids. Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do you want to? Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, did you see this? Yes, I saw it. Hey, Dad, did you see this? Yes, I saw it. Hey, Dad, did you see this? Shut up. Yes, I saw it. God. EWT looks fine. It's going in this thing. It's doing nothing really. A lot of these coins are just nothing to talk about, guys. Dude, I have no idea what JUP is. I'm not looking at it. I'm sorry. I haven't been asked to look at Stellar in like 3 years. So let's look at that. XLM. I'm just kidding. We've looked at it recently, but I looked at Bitcoin. Ew. No. Nuh-uh. No. Hard pass. No. I would say no. Maybe it'll come back, but I don't like that. No. I mean, I don't know. It's below the daily 50. Maybe if it breaks above that. There's nothing like, it might be bottoming, but you'd be trying to catch a falling knife to buy that right now. I don't know. How can you face your problems if your problem is your face? I don't know. You just face your face. It's stupid. It rhymes and it sounds really clever. And I liked it at first, but how can you face your problems if your problem is your face? You just look at your face and then you're facing your problem. Right? Right, Baki? I mean, it's just logic. It is clever. Face off, as he said. Do you guys, hey, Luxo, hey, Luxo, hey, Luxo, hey, Luxo. Is that even like, can you do that? I don't remember if you can do it on here. No, it's links, right? LNYX or something. No, I don't even know what, but you guys don't even know what. I don't have it. Yes, I think it's really beautiful. I love surfing. That's my thoughts on the ocean. I'll look at ocean for you guys. I'm going to get out of here pretty soon, though, because you guys are just basically spamming the chat with coin requests. I was trying to hang out and talk, and my team is, oh, yeah, that's right. This opens the wrong chart. I mean, this is ranging, but it looks good. You see, it leveled up. This is cool. I like this chart a lot. Oh, here, see, like all this and then finding support here and leveling up. So you'll look for it to just climb the stairs, right? Same thing here. Boom, crosses a level, consolidates, crosses a level, consolidates, crosses a level, consolidates. So you want to look for it to go above that and consolidate. I like that. You got kind of this thing going on, a big old wide triangle. Gators are only up by 1 with 30 seconds. And here I am talking to you about the ocean. Sorry, guys, I need a moment. Oh, he's shooting a 3. 74.70. He hit it. 22 seconds left. All right, you got a bull pennant here. I mean, you got a bull pennant here above support. This looks great. You want to buy it though, just in case this drops down here and makes a flag. You want to buy it on a break of this. I'm actually going to set alarm on that myself. Is that the right line? No. There's the alert I want. Yeah, I know. Oh, you guys, Gators. You need to Coinbase your ocean. What do you do when the ocean is your face? You face the ocean because it's your problem face that is oceaning your problems with the face. NFT and tax. This article is very interesting yesterday. Yeah, if you buy an NFT, it's taxable, guys. Buying NFTs is taxable. Everything you do in the United States with crypto is taxable. I don't give financial advice, but I think just in a general whatever, like you just dollar cost average into Bitcoin. You know, I think that's the most obvious thing. If you have $1,000 to put in, you just like put it in and don't think about it for a very long time. Do you have a time stop that you're using for trading alts after it's broke out? I don't really know what that means. I'm sorry. Do I have a time stop? Hey, Scott, what's your profit taking strategy when you're hodling versus trading? It's a good question. I'm not taking, I sold around 40,000 and then around 62,000. I sold like at 40 to 42,000, I sold like 2.5% of our Bitcoin. Just because I wanted to like know that I had gotten something out, and I've been buying again ever since. I'm not selling Bitcoin. It's for my kids. But when it comes to alts and all the other stuff, which is where I'm taking profit, and I've got, 50x gains and 100x gains and 10x gains, 20, I just scale out. I take a little bit here, a little bit there at key levels or at fib levels or whatever. If it's on a centralized exchange, which is like, I'm not on Binance anymore. So my trading is just, it's so much different. I'm on Binance US. I trade a few things there. It's just a very different atmosphere when you don't have that. So like, every time something like kind of pumps, I just take like 10% out, another 10% out, and I keep scaling out on the way up. And I always keep like 20 to 25% of a bag in case it completely moons. It's like you're playing with their money. I have no first impression on BitClout. I haven't looked at it at all. I just know that there's so much controversy about it. So I don't even like these days, man. I just try to avoid the controversy. I know I have a lot of friends who I trust a lot who are very bullish on BitClout. I can tell you that. I don't know why people are calling it a scam, but yeah. In this space, Emmy tweeted this the other day. She said, I feel bad for any crypto company because you're automatically called a scam when you launched. It's so true and so fucking sad. Like, anyone who does anything in this space is called a scammer or a shill, or their project is a scam. It's like guilty before, until proven innocent. Like a lot of really, really good people are launching really incredible things. And the minute it comes out, the same people on Twitter start screaming about it being a scam, and like people getting mad that someone made money on it. Like imagine getting mad that like a venture capitalist who invested in Coinbase in 2012 is going to do really well in the IPO because they got in earlier at a lower stock price than you. That's what people are bitching about. It's all hate and jealousy. I know nothing about BitClout. I know nothing about it. I know you can bid on me. I didn't claim myself. But yeah, I don't know. Because there's a whole world of people that follow me and they can use it. Who is the best follow on crypto Twitter? There's much better follows than me. My own mentor, Chris Inks, his Discord is actually in my description. I don't know. He doesn't tweet enough, but he's much more knowledgeable than me. I think he's absolutely great. True Crypto, Mr. Anderson, that guy's spectacular. Dude, there's so many people on crypto Twitter. They're crazy. Karush, AK, I love. I mean, there's so many guys, honestly. Cantor and Clark and Josh Rager. I love all these guys. Short Scott and Long Emmy on BitClout. I can get behind that. First, I've never heard of say, oh, the Gators won. Nice. I don't know what Safe Moon is, guys. Favorite old school rap album. I can't give you a favorite, but I can give you like a bunch. Far Side, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, Biggie, Ready to Die, Nas, Illmatic, Eric B for President, Tribe. I always struggle. Today we'll say Midnight Marauders, but you can pick any of like 3 Tribe albums. Just depend on the era. Really just depends on the era. But those are some of my my favorites right there. Yeah, Chris doesn't tweet enough because he's just too busy, man. Too busy adding value to everybody who works with him. Listen, yeah, you're welcome. First of all, if your goal is to set up your kids, you don't trade. Coach K is great. I see someone saying, like trading, you should be trading if you're going to trade with a very small percent of your stack that you're willing to lose and accept that you're probably going to lose it. But if you're really here like to acquire generational wealth and set up your kids, which a lot of people say, but they don't do, then literally all you need to do, like any other market, is when you have some cash that you can park and not touch, you put it in the market. And then you wait a really long time. That's it. And Bitcoin can do that for you. But you know what? Stocks could also do that to you if you've been buying them for 30 years. Oh, enter the 36 chambers. I can't, sorry. Enter the 36 chambers is up there. Liquid Swords is up there. Only Built for Cuban Links is up there. I heard this crazy thing from RZA. There's Wu-Tang, anyone who's interested, and you're going to probably sign off because I'm talking about music again. But basically, they made Enter the 36 Chambers in RZA's basement. Everyone knows, you've heard the story, and that's why it sounds so grimy and gritty. And then they got this huge record deal and they put out Tikal, Method Man's album, and it was like all polished and done in the studio, and it didn't do well because it was totally off their sound. And then RZA said, screw this, I'm not working in a studio anymore. They rebuilt his basement studio, and that's when they made Liquid Swords, Only Built for Cuban Links, Old Dirty Bastards album, which all did massively well because they went back to the same sound. And then the studio flooded and they had to go back to a nice studio, and that was kind of the end. Right? So Enter the 36. I can't, I listened to that once already this week. I mean, anything like the original Mobb Deep, dude, there's so much. It's really incredible. Really incredible. Really incredible. I love talking about old school rap. I should do live streams where we just play records. Howtotradetowin.com. It's in my description. It should be in the description. I don't even know if I put it in the description. I should have put it in the description. Yeah, of course I know that band. Yeah, it should be in the description. If not, it's Texas West Capital. You guys are asking. I can look at See a Coin really quick before we go. Holy sh! See a Coin's doing things. If you get above 42, it'll continue. If not, put bids around 31 and see if you can catch a drop. So simple. That's all you. By the way, you guys want to window into my trading or how I trade or whatever. This is what I do, and I've told you guys a million times. If I went through 20 charts or something, I would just I'd set an alarm now at 31, see if it comes down, or maybe at 33. I'm not trading it. I don't care. But I open charts, I look at the levels I want, I set alarms, and then I close it. And I don't look at it again until something triggers, because it's just a waste of time. You talk about getting your 10,000 hours, right? I don't know why I left it on that chart. Let's leave it on this one. You're the outliers, Malcolm Gladwell, he said you become a master of something, an expert, if you have 10,000 hours. But it has to be 10,000 hours of actually doing something active, and staring at a chart with no intention is a passive activity in my mind. Right? And people talk about, I need time in front of the charts. I need time in front of the charts. No, you don't. You do, but you need time in front of the charts looking for specific things. Time watching candles go like this and pretending you're doing something is a massive waste of time. We've all done it. I did it. It's a massive waste of time now. unless you're looking for something specific and trying to decide exactly what kind of setup or plan you have, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So like I go in there, I just check, what I want to see, and I'm out. That's it. I already looked at VeChain like 10 minutes ago, and it depends on what country you're in, I didn't pump RSR banter. I don't know. Maybe someone else did. I didn't talk about that. I don't pump anything. I'm the most boring dude ever. BTT, is it really going that crazy? I haven't looked at it in so long. Oh, nice. Apparently, Lindsay Lohan is doing a deal now officially with TRX. Kind of saw that coming when she randomly started talking about TRX for no apparent reason. Hey, guys. I don't know if I got my 10,000 hours. I don't think I'm necessarily an expert. I don't call myself an expert. I just listen, and that's the thing. Let's go deeper into that. So you get your 10,000 hours, that makes you an expert. But if you're talking about trading, staring at charts will only make you an expert at analyzing charts. It won't make you good at trading. There are people I know who are incredible analysts who get paid millions of dollars on Wall Street to analyze companies. It's their job to find fundamentally what's good, bad, what's coming, even look at charts, and they can't trade for shit. Because trading is all about the emotion and the way you structure your trade. It has nothing to do with your analysis. Analysis is such a small part of trading. So staring at charts doesn't help you trade. What helps you trade is being able to execute a plan with proper position sizing and not change it even when you're going to lose money. That's what makes you good at trading. What makes you good at trading is accepting your loss and not moving your stop loss like a jackass because you get emotional. Oh my God, it's going to hit my stop loss. It's going to bounce and go up right after I stop out. I need to move my stop down. That's how you become a passionate community member of a coin. I've done it. We've all done it. But trading is not hard. Controlling your emotions in the middle of a trade is hard. Oh, sorry. I see you're still asking about Centivate. I haven't talked to them in ages. I have no idea, but I know that they're going to be doing a swap for fiat, and I still have coins. DGB, come on. Okay, whatever. Sure. I'll look at it real quick. Fine. It's fine, but it kind of here was your breakdown into that resistance. It lost this support. You don't love it, but now it's back above. So it looks pretty good. I think you should be going up to 172 if it can do that. But here, draw this. Right? And if you were going to trade it, maybe you're looking for this to here, and you put your stop somewhere down here below this. Cool. Cool. I'm glad we had this talk. Really happy we had this talk. I already looked at XTZ. I've already looked at half the coins you guys are asking for. All right, guys. I took myself out. Got to go celebrate the Gators. It's Friday. Having a birthday party for my kid tomorrow. Dude, I don't know what JUP is. Is that even a coin that's here? If this doesn't exist on TradingView, you're going to be muted. This doesn't exist on TradingView. Right? Does it? Is it on Uniswap? There it is. Wrap Ether. JUP. It went way up, dude. What do you want to look? What do you want to see on this chart exactly? It's been trading for 2 weeks. Okay, a month. And it's going up. Here you go. I'm not even going to make it my colors. I'm going to keep it this ugly, hideous red and green for you. I don't know. It's going up. Should be going up to there. Cool? Cool. Glad we had this talk. Oh, I didn't even show the chart. That's hilarious. I didn't show the whole chart. I opened it and I didn't have the chart up. Oh, what an idiot. 1 second. Maybe it'll come up. Is that it? No. Look. Went through all that. This is the chart that you're dying to see. Okay, here's Jupiter. It's been trading for like a week. I don't know. Here. Cool. All right. Here's your target. Recent highs. Probably find resistance right here. There's your chart. Look at it fast. Look, I'm going to even save it for you. I renamed it instead of saving it, but whatever. All right. All right. You guys have an amazing weekend. You're great. I don't even want anything from you guys, you know? Just show up. I do this. It's fun. That's why we're here. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend and make lots of profit, and that you don't do anything really stupid with your money. Because remember, at the end of the day, all of us are here just to accumulate Bitcoin and sit on our stack and accumulate mega massive wealth. Have sex this weekend. I have to mention sex at the end. Goodbye.
That's dope.